So we got a landing craft, a Stug, armored personnel carrier, a mortar, speedy bike, that. T-34-85, Sherman with a few parts missing, just a simple Panther, the difference between SS, Storm SS paratroopers and British paratroopers. This, I think, is a Cromwell. That's a Churchill Mark IV. Yep, Cromwell, Churchill, Mark VII apparently. Mortar, some variety, and a Bren gun carrier. Oh, Ordnance Quickfire, 6-pounder. Pog. Jagdpanzer 38C, aka the Hetzer. Good tank to use the already existing chassis of the Czechoslovakian tank from the early war. If you played War Thunder, then I think you know what tank I'm talking about. But if you haven't, that's fair. I forgot what the chassis name, what the tank for the chassis was called. M22, right over there, and the conning tower of a U-boat. This is wild how they got this. I don't know how, but they did. Jumbo. If you play War Thunder, you already know the way to kill this thing in a Tiger. Shoot right there, because you can't pen this, but it can pen your cupola. That right there. AA, a M16 multiple gun carrying motor carriage, and a M8 howitzer mortar carriage. This was used to break bunkers and shit. So very cool. M18, very cool tank. BF-109, IS-2, and right behind the BF-109, right there is an Su-100. The Su-100 was a tank destroyer used by the Soviets. You can pause the video and read all of this, but I'm not. See, the way in War Thunder to pen this, shooting right there, shooting the cupola. .88, of course. M18. So now one of these in like 1945 called a King Tiger. If you don't know what a King Tiger is, please look it up. Back to the Comet. I think that's the Comet. Yep, Comet. This is a Comet Mark A1, and this is an M18 Hellcat. Both good tanks. War Thunder, this thing has piss poor armor, and so is War Thunder also piss poor armor. But they're pretty good. And when you get a kill off. I'm a personnel carrier. This is the M18 is just an no, not M18. The M8 Greyhound is just an armored car with a gun. So is that right there, but meh. That's propaganda. Damir Mark II. I'll let you pause that and read that. Personnel carrier with tracks, okay. the only living example of a Horo. They dug this thing up out of the water, which was wild. This is the only existing model. I've already said this, but I don't care. Only existing model dug it out of the Philippines. This was used in the Pacific to bust bunkers. LVT A4 AM tank. Deposit, read all that. That's a plane. That's Scud. This is an F4 Hellcat. Wildcat. Beautiful, beautiful planes. Gorgeous. Deposit and read it. That's an M3 Grant right in the back, right over there. Type 91, 10 centimeter artillery piece. Liam, this is for you. Great gun. M3 gun mortar carriage. This thing in War Thunder is a threat to be dealt with because you can easily kill it, but it's gonna be. But they usually sit in the far back and start killing things from afar. Oh yeah. This is a Shilka, as my dad always does it. He had one of these pointed out. It's a self-propelled anti-aircraft gun. You can pause this and read it. A Scud. Pretty much ass, because they were so unreliable. But if they hit, it could do a lot of damage. Piece of the Berlin Wall. With a T72M. You can actually buy one of these for like $100,000, brand new. You can pause it and read all the specialty items on the bottom. Berlin Wall, I think most people know about this. But you can pause it and read that. This is a Czechoslovakian, and this is a Czech Republic T-55. You can tell by the Czech insignia right there. T-55 was a main battle tank. This apparently is the most produced tank in history. Cool. You can pause it and read all of this. They have an Abrams as well. This is a. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. It's a 122 millimeter howitzer. You can pause it and read this. This, I think, is an M60. Yeah, M60 patent, named after the admiral. No, after the general. And then the M551 Sheridan light tank. Very nice. With what appears to be a 20 millimeter on the top. You can pause this and read all of it. Oh no, that's a Madus. Looks like a 20 millimeter. This is an Abrams. If you don't know what an Abrams is, please search it up. IEDs. These are remote detonated explosive. Very deadly. This is a Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun. They would hide these in the jungles, and when a plane would fly over, they just let loose. Nobody would know where they came from. Light tanks brought in by the Soviets. Yeah, ZPU-4, pause and rate it. PT-76B, light amphibious tank. These have basically no armor. They're pretty easy to destroy, but they have that good gun. You can pause it and read all the stats and shit. So yeah. I think this is a M48A3 Patton. That's what that is. The medium tank. You can pause and read this. This is a 90mm tank gun. T191, T119. United States, you can pause and read it. It's a tank gun. I've already stated that a couple of times. This is a Walker Bulldog light tank used in Vietnam by South Vietnam. You can pause and read all of the stats and stuff. Yes, a Sherman. This is the Korean War. They would paint these because North Korea and China thought that the tiger was a symbol of power. So they would paint these on their tanks and send them into battle, which they thought would scare people. It didn't work, but still, to infantry, was pretty scary. So, M4A3 76 with HVS, M4A3E8, medium tank. You can pause and read all the stats about that. And an M2, a half-track, aka that, armored personnel carrier with Modus, which is a Browning machine gun. You can pause and read all the stats about it. A Jeep. This is an armored personnel carrier. M93, M39. You can read all the stats about it. M7B2 Priest, which is that in the back, right over there. It appears that it's an M3 Lear with a 75mm howitzer on the top and a Modus. You can pause and read all the stats about it. And then, here's a plane. I forgot the name though. It has rockets. I think it can carry bombs. North American Aircraft AT-6 Texan T6G. You can pause and read all the stats about it. You can pause and read all the stats about it. This is an M26A1 Pershing. There were Super Pershings built, but they were pretty much a dead end because heavy tanks were pretty not good. Just look at the German super heavies. It don't get good. So you can pause and read all the stats about it. The reason I'm not reading the stats out is because I don't like to read. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Please subscribe. It'd be really appreciated. Wait, hold on. There's still more. There's more. So, going back through here, they have Italian campaign and 1942 Desert campaign. Oh, I forgot about this. This is an IGA soldier. This is an American Marine. Very, very different. See, now the Americans have camo and some stuff for munitions. They just have a canteen, a gun, and a katana, and a helmet. Pretty much it. Okay. So walking back through here, right over there is the North African campaign. This, I think, was used in a movie once. This exact thing. This is a premium tank or armored car in War Thunder. This is a Matilda. Alright. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that name. Armored car, and it has a 20mm cannon and a MG42. You can pause and read all the stats about it. Over to the Matilda and howitzer and other howitzer. Matilda Mark II. You can pause and read all the stats about it. That's the Matilda. This is an anti-tank gun. QF 2-pounder. You can pause and read the stats about this one as well. And the M3 Lee. The British, to take off one extra crewman, made a bulge in the back of the turret right up there to put a radio. This thing was used as a stopgap in the beginning of the war. With a 75mm gun, decent gun right there, a 37mm gun, and a 30mm Browning. And a speedy car with an MG42. Car, armored personnel carrier, and a PaK 40. You can pause and read all the stats about. You can pause and read the stats about that. There's more Russian stuff right over there. There's Sherman from the beginning. Here is an M35 Lee, I think. Oh no, Stuart. M5A1 Stuart. This was used in Italy because Italy had basically no good armored tank force at the time. So you can pause and read all the stats about that. This is a M3A1 Scout. Where you can see that it has 2 machine guns, well, 3 machine guns. 2 of them water-cooled and 1 air-cooled, aka the Madus. There's a Thompson in there as well. You can pause and read the stats about it. A Flak 38 anti-aircraft gun. You can pause, read the stats about it. Type 82 car. So this exhibit right here shows the home front of the war. So these are 2 SS officers. That's an SS officer, and that is just a regular officer. This is a Russian sniper with an PPSH 43. This is made to cut down on the cost of making a PPSH. PPSH 41 used wood and stuff. This is just a Maxim, but the Russians got it. PM 1910. It's a Maxim machine gun. PAX 97/38. You can pause, read the stats about it. You can also pause and read the stats about this one as well. And the PT, that is a semi-automatic anti-tank gun. Very, very, very good. Pause and read about stats. This is a T-34-76. Model 1942. You can pause and read all the stats about it. They called it Mickey Mouse. The Germans called this Mickey Mouse because when those two are up, it sort of looks like him. Explosive car used late in the war. RC car that's packed full of explosives. Armored personnel carrier, mortar, gun. These things are very cool to read about because they had a bunch of them. They had a bunch of rockets lined up. And it made a terrifying sound when launched. But you can pause, read about the stats about that. And we're pretty much done here. Bye-bye, boys. Please subscribe.